Hello everybody, this is TSdL, Season 8, Round of 16. We have Will underscore versus RealAliciaSimp. Who I'm gonna call Alicia. Which will probably, you know what, I'm just gonna call them Simp. You know, they have the label, they're proud of it, and I don't want to get them confused with Alicia herself, so yeah. Now dubbed as Simp. Regardless. If we take a look at Will's box, we see Alt, which is what immediately comes to mind. Alt is a lot less common these days. But, still a good endgame unit, still a menace against tank push, offers a lot of plays against them, a difficult target to remove, he's pretty bulky. And then Will also has units like Mariel and Liko. Ivanorion, thank you very much, hope you've been doing well. And then there's also Lana too, who she has Redeemer, so she can get a revive off. AoE, which there is a fair amount of AoE in Will's box, and then Lewin too, so pretty bulky in general box with a lot of hard units to remove. 3 tank box as well. Will's game plan is to play some tanks, but still first picks up a DPS instead, because when you do have all these supports in your box, what you really, instead of picking them early, you have all these supports in your box so you can pick strong win conditions at the beginning. As for RealAliciaSimp's box, lots of assassins, a little bit of AoE, burn, and then Alicia herself. Oh yeah, there's a Zeri too. The band's RealAliciaSimp is playing a single target box, so it's pretty clear that when you're playing a single target box, you pretty much always want to ban out Hilda. She's really difficult for single target to deal with. And then there's also a fair amount of there's a fair amount of units in Simp's box that care a lot about this Rosin seal, so that's why she gets banned. Bernhardt, Lucretia cares, Diehard cares, Prado cares, New Flow cares a little bit, Ellen can care. So yeah, lots of units there, and then New Flow gets banned out for the range advantage. Will also has Autocrado, of course, who really cares about banning out this Rosin. Liko 2 cares to some extent. Not too much AoE in the box outside of that, other than Lewin. Simp chooses to ban out Lucretia and Kira. Did pick up Christie, but maybe rather than being worried about the single target from Lucretia, Simp is more worried about the AoE follow-up between this Lana and this Autocrado coming out. Then Kira gets banned. She is threatening to units like Bernhardt, but I think that rather than anything else, Kira is getting banned here simply because she's one of the longer range units. Though interestingly enough, Wenham has still been left up for quite a while here. Next, RealAliciaSimp is banning out Mariel, an assassin that could get around Christie. Liana, putting pressure on Will's healing, but that Will's response to that is instead to pick Liko. As we can still see that Will, because Hilda had to get banned, Will still ends up with at least 1 DPS, but at this point Simp does get to choose which DPS Will has between these 3. Will banning out Bernhardt because Bernhardt's hegemony is effective at removing Christie's buffs. In particular, Christie has her 4-turn guard that once it gets dispelled, it can be a very long time until Christie gets that back up. So once Bern gets that, it does allow units like IBC to snipe, even units like Alicia herself to snipe. Werner doesn't necessarily need to have strike stance up, although he generally will. Hello, Ant. But yeah, it seems that Simp chooses to give Will Altamüller here. There's pretty much no chance that Will's gonna pick up Landius here. Worth mentioning, Liko is also functioning as a buff for this team. Lana and Alt are both dark. Will bans out Lucretia for no other reason than she's one of the last remaining threats here. Well, actually, Autocrado could be a bit more annoying than Lucretia. Elwyn gets banned because that's just not a great matchup for Christy here. She doesn't really like to fight Elwyn too much. Yeah, this last pick, Autocrado. At the same time, Will does have Liko. Liko's best role is to be a great AoE healer. And as I said, she is the buff here for Alt and Lana. So Will does have a pretty decent AoE comp. Unfortunately, with Liko having to bring her buff, but still probably wanting to bring Mass Heal here, we're probably going to see support Liko. It's hard to say whether or not you can afford to bring Dark Despair here because it's just one burst of healing, and Autocrado is continuously applying damage through his talent or his provoke application. So there's lots of stuff to soften up Sim's team here. In particular, this could mean that Alt could eventually reach a situation where he can take out both of Christie's lives. Maybe that would not necessarily be the best thing, but it's an option. Other than that, Alt will be looking to get some pulls where people are ideally out of guard range to begin with. Alt does not want to have to go through the tank unless he has to. Autocrado in Simp's comp is playing the role of a disruptor, trying to annoy Will's team a little bit, and also put on some fixed damage, which will be able to help Werner score kills, although frankly, maybe anything other than Alt or Autocrado, and even Autocrado can actually die to Werner here. Let's look at the skills. Christie's 2C Aura, I mean, it's still range damage reduction and still critical reduction. Those are both still pretty nice against Werner. There's no magic damage, of course. Interestingly, Alt still chooses to bring his faction buff. And Liko did not bring a buff at all. Oh, because she's Princess, of course. Christy has the buff covered for her. And Alt actually brings Dragon Breath here. So Alt is not even looking to get any sort of single target snipes. It's all about this AoE combo between Autocrado maybe landing his Sword Dance first, or not even that. Autocrado putting down his 3C, then the fixed damage starts injuring Simp's team. Lana has a strong AoE follow-up after that. And then Autocrado is going to pull everybody in for a big fat Dragon Breath after he stacks. Zombies on Autocrado. Hard to say how they compare in bulk to Dark Guard, but I do think that Dark Guard are tankier, just by virtue of having a bit better tech. Still, Werner 2C does have a chance of killing Autocrado. Faceless could make that a bit more troublesome. I think he has a higher kill range with heavy infantry, but I may be wrong. Yeah, silly old me. There's a Christie. Liko doesn't need to bring a buff at all. Gotta get in the swing of it. Autocrado both bring Sword Dance. Sword Dance is a bit less relevant for Will's team because there's pretty limited healing from Simp's side. It's mostly just another AoE, whereas Sword Dance on Simp's side is actually pretty damn nice if Autocrado does manage to land it. Liko did not opt to bring support, which I totally agree with. You do want to have another AoE here, and you did want to have Mass Heal as well to handle the Autocrado. But yeah, as we see, there's, well, yeah, like I was saying, the magic damage component of Christie's 2C aura is oftentimes... If there's not a lot of magic damage, you can consider not bringing it, is what I'm trying to get at. But there is actually a lot of magic damage on this team, and there's also a lot of range damage, too. The magic damage reduction would have really helped against this Lana, and maybe even this Liko. And the range damage reduction still would have helped against just everything in general. Maybe not against ult, because he'll be getting a Dragon Breath in melee range, which is worth mentioning that if you AoE against range damage reduction auras, such as Landius's and Christie's, then if you AoE them directly adjacent to the unit, you do not actually suffer a range damage reduction penalty, because that is melee. The more you know. Alicia opting to bring her 2C AoE. That's looking to displace people. And also combo a little bit with the Autocrado here. And the Templar Knights on Christie are a pretty good choice against this new flow. It's always going to sort of be a mind game because new flow does have triangle mastery, right? That's how you could say it. She has Sansi, she has Amazons, and she has Unicorns. So is sort of no matter what gets picked. But at the same time, when you have units like Werner, and even Christie herself, and Autocrado, you should sort of be able to expect that Will's probably going to want to bring Templars here. So maybe Sansi's on New Flow were not the best choice. Although at the same time, maybe Simp is not hoping to have to get through this Christie to begin with. Alicia displacement, Autocrado displacement. Worth mentioning that instead of Sword Dance, Usurp for the 3-tile pushback could have also been really nice here, just to knock Christie out of guard range, and then Alicia, New Flow can capitalize off that. Werner bringing Sneak Attack. There is a fair amount of terrain on this map, but Sneak Attack too. Just be sure that you're going to get those kills is also just fine. New Flow is the attack buff for this team. Otherwise, Werner and Autocrado and even Alicia would not have an attack buff. And of course, I didn't look at it, but you just know. It's full AoE Lana. But for now, both players are just feeling out the positioning. Simp did already burn his mass attack. Yes indeed, Sacred Stone's OST. That's what I was feeling today. I'm surprised that you can recognize the Fire Emblem theme specifically from Sacred Stones though, because like a lot of those games have it, so good ear. But yeah, mass attack's already burned. At the same time, it's pretty much fine to just get rid of that immediately. If you really need to, you can act again with New Flow to get it back up. Helps that if Will does... well, at the same time, you know Will's not going in anytime soon, so maybe you don't have to use Mass Attack or New Flow's talent boost immediately. I mean, even for this healerless composition, once this Autocrata starts landing AoEs, even defensive formation could potentially be pretty useful. But probably not. You probably want to get the engage with this team. With Simp's team. And that's exactly what he's going for. Likely, we're not going to see 3C here. What we're going to see is Grenade. And the hope for this is that it knocks some people out. Oh, so that's how it works. I see. Yeah, so now Will has to make... I honestly didn't know, but how her displacement works, so now I do. She centers it on Liko, and then it pushes everybody away from that. So now Will has to choose between Alt or Autocrata. I would imagine this Archer Alicia has absolutely no issues killing this ult. Autocrado could be harder to kill. New Flow does not reach, but Werner does. Nice to see Alicia being played well in a match. Yeah, yeah. I always thought that her grenade was super cool. And like I said, because look at this, it says randomly repel. But I guess it's talking about either 1 or 2 blocks. I see. Because I remember reading that description and I was like, okay. Yeah. Know how that works now? Autocrado not in range to get anything, and Will is still having to make this agonizing decision. Because Will doesn't have any single target to counter Werner after he comes in and kills Autocrado. Which is the bigger win condition for Will? Is it Autocrado or is it Alt? I think that Autocrado gives Will's team a bit more value here. Alt is good in endgame, but I mean Alt at the same time only has 1 skill. And with the very limited amount of healing on Simp's side, Autocrado's Provoke can really wear Simp's team down. Whereas Alt is more like the coup de grace, the finisher. The auto debuff steal, yeah. So, Will tries to take out Alicia with Alt. I'm imagining Alicia could still score this kill because Alt does not have... for one, Alt's before battle healing, I believe, only works in melee range. For 2, he doesn't have it to begin with. So now what we see is Alicia's dead if you don't do anything. She'll die to somebody immediately after that, so Alicia immediately has to move here. And her 3C does also come with an AoE after, which will wear Will's team down a little bit. Again, Autocrado is not in range for anything. And the other thing that is really annoying about Alicia is after she moves, she can 100% heal. Yeah, Rope mentions it. So, there's no way to kill this Alicia now. Yeah, just very clean kill. The line AoE, I see. Maybe could have done it from there? Or probably didn't reach. I can't imagine any other reason. The clock on Sword Dance is nice. And still, this Alicia still does go down. And now there is nothing in range for Simp's side. Nobody can reach Will's team, and everybody's in guard range anyway. Werner, I mean, ignores that, but he's not in range. So. Alicia will go down to enough punches eventually. I guess Lana has to finish this off, which is a little awkward. Well, no, not awkward. Lana can just attack from here. I guess that will put her in range of Werner, but frankly, I mean, if Werner just moves all the way forward, because there's nothing threatening him or stopping him from doing that, then everybody's in range anyway, so it hardly matters, right? Did Werner bring... Okay, so that is something also worth mentioning. Werner can bring Freedom Blade against Lana, and if you do that, that puts up a debuff, which gets rid of the Redeemer's Revive effect. But Simp did not opt to bring that, so Lana will take 2 strikes to kill. Better efficiency could have been had there. Crit Sneak Attack does it anyway. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Though, I mean, well, that's the thing. She does not have 15k HP, but, I mean, I guess the chances are you're not going to miss crit. So that'd be more like a verse Hilda thing rather than a verse Christie thing. Fair enough. Because troops, your chances of critting troops are always going to be pretty high. Hero less so, but all you need is just the one crit and sneak attack goes off. Simp just approaching. Let's check out the ranges. Yeah, New Flow can reach here, so it's still not really in range of anybody. Liko scores the kill too. I liked killing with Lana just a little bit more. Yeah, Auto got a Tenyo buff. Missed that. So now Auto gets to reach, which then made the Liko move definitely not what she wanted to do there. With Lana, kill would have been a lot better, so Liko could respond to this with the mass heal. And clocked, yes. Clock and a Tenyo buff, because Auto is right here. He could not reach without this Tenyo buff. So I was looking on YouTube for Sacred Stone's OST, and I found this remastered version of it, and it sounds pretty sick. Interesting, I didn't notice this. Will, instead of bringing her clock skill, brought phase shift. So the plan for this is now Lana's gonna run in. She'll AoE the crap out of everybody, and then she will return to 100% HP and also go back to the spot, back in the safety of Christie's guard range. Yeah, 75% DR. Very spooky. Corner does not move up too much, but I'm pretty sure this man still reaches just about everything. Does she heal from AoE? Restores 100% of HP before entering battle. So yeah, she won't heal. Fair enough. Thank you. And yeah, Werner just moves up exactly one space solely to... It's just, he'll stay in reach of Lana. Oh, she chooses where to teleport to? That's sick. Because wasn't she here? Or, yeah, I guess you choose the point that you teleport to when you use the skill. Yeah, I'll be real healer. I've never seen this skill, so I have no idea how it works. No, I don't think it's from where you cast TP from, because he casted TP from here. So I think you get to mark a tile, and then you can teleport back to there after you move. That's pretty cool. However, New Flow is in range of Autocrado. The Autocrado swap screwed up Will's positioning. Marks the current position. But the... okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, I thought she was right here, though, and she teleported there, which is why I'm confused. Oh, marks the current position, because she moved, right? You know, I've dealt enough, I've dwelled enough on this. Autocrado just clocking. And it looks like a pretty bad position for Will at this point. Yes, this is Fire Emblem music. Yeah, another clock. New flow does go down. Where you are when you click the skill is where you will go back to. I see. Yeah, like Rope mentioned earlier, that she had a debuff from something. Yeah, I do not think Liko will carry this endgame. Hammer? Yeah. Oh, it's a Bone Crusher, Werner. I see. Yeah, Will concedes. They forgot to do best of 3. That's okay. It happens. Just letting the players know what they should do. Hi, Mom. Yeah, that's my mom. Kind of weird, bro, but whatever. Mommy appearance, yes. I am blushing, I'm so embarrassed. But yeah, the procedure when you forget to do best of 3, just so everybody knows, is you just do a best of 3 next game, and then you whoever lost the game forfeits the first game. You keep the same boxes, and then you do box swaps here, because otherwise it would be impossible for me to keep track of what got swapped. Let's see. The AoE strategy from Will last game, it seemed that with the new flow pick and all the range that Simp's composition had, it was difficult for Will to get in the nice wombo AoE combos there. I wonder if we'll see Will go with some more single target route. At the same time, Simp was also very willing to pick a tank. I mean, it was first pick Christie last game, so. As for Simp, from what I've seen, I casted Simp's round of 32 game, and this box was pretty much the exact same, so we might see like a couple swaps. Yeah. Brings in some more healing against this AoE, which I think is a really good choice. Both Kira and Mariandel are excellent against AoE. Really good at limiting the damage, and then removing some of the slower component, or one of the slower components, and then taking out Die Hard. Simp sees that Will has a lot of really bulky stuff in his box, maybe not so sure about Die Hard's kill ranges here. Well, you can tell you make a good swap when your opponent immediately first bans it. Will does not want to fight that with his AoE comp. Just sticking with his AoE comp here. And it is Floating Courtyard. A very good map for AoE. By nature, you sort of have to bunch up on this map, you know, unless you have like a team full of flyers, and I think something might have went a bit wrong in ban pick if you gave somebody a team full of flyers on Floating Courtyard. Maybe. Werner first pick, and again, Simp banning out Hilda first. Playing a single target box. They pretty much always ban Hilda. Hardest unit for them to deal with. With this first pick Werner, the question is... I don't think, just like last game, I don't think Will is going to pick a tank first. Maybe auto, like an off tank first to guarantee having that role. Now Will's targeting out the assassins, taking care of Epsilon and Zarita. Which, both of those are actually buffs for Werner, so now RealAliciaSimp is going to have to rely on getting an attack buff, but that's not going to be too hard because chances are this IBC is what's getting picked next. Werner does have a bit shorter legs. He really enjoys the IBC mobility buff. Everybody loves her soldier attack buff, of course. And she's mass attack. There's a lot of value in picking up this unit now. And she helps a lot of other units in this box as well. Ham first pick doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I agree. Interestingly enough, Will picks up the Christie. Which certainly means that on the last round of bans, there is going to be Lando up, so this means that Simp gets to pick Will's last unit. And the immediate response to this Christie pick is Elwyn. What this tells us is that Elwyn is Ham first pick. Let me finish my thought. What Elwyn immediately tells us is that this is likely the Twilight Star Crush build, which can actually kill Christie through Phalanx. One issue with it on this map is that there is very limited amounts of grassland, and it can also actually be difficult to, what's it called? Rapid Route, the one where you hit a guarded target. That can be a little hard to do on this map as well. So Elwyn might not be able to get all the conditions. Anyway, Rope mentions Ham first pick would have struggled versus Lucretia or IBC next. Yeah, and a double tank ban follows immediately after that. And yeah, Will won't have any sort of magic tank after that, and I can see exactly why that would be difficult. Will picks up the Lewin. Lewin is a great endgame win condition against this Elwyn. Even Werner to some... Well, no, not Werner, because last game we saw that this was an infantry Werner. So he has a pretty good matchup against this Lewin, actually. Yeah, Will banning out IBC. Doesn't want to give extra mobility buff. Elwyn's also a buff for Werner, worth mentioning. And Alicia does get banned. Will doesn't want to deal with that displacement as much this game. Nonetheless, this is a map where this displacement might be a bit less concerning. Lewin will tear... Werner will tear Lewin before endgame, though. Yeah, because he's infantry. It's not gonna work out real well. Lucretia and Lana getting banned from Simp's side. Again, when you have Christie, Lucretia is less of a threat. I can understand banning Lana because there's limited healing, and Simp doesn't want to have to pick these healers to begin with. Although now at this point, I mean, Autocrata on Sky Map, again, you are forced to bunch up. There's really not much you can do about it. So it's a lot harder to spread out and get around it. Lucretia getting picked. Lucretia is probably going to bring Black Hole here. She's gonna poke with AoE, and then maybe that will enable the Elwyn kill, or the, or Werner getting kills. Liko gets picked up as an answer to this AoE. Simp bans out the Ham, doesn't want to deal with the heal reversal debuff on his Christie, and bans out Alt because Alt is also actually really good on Sky Map too. He can get some really good pulls. And then Will chose out on the last round to double ban healers, with Autocrata and Lewin putting down some AoE pressure. The goal is attrition, to wear down Simp's team. And then Simp banned Kira and Nuflo. Nuflo mostly getting banned for the off-heal utility, not mostly for the off-heal utility, mostly for the mobility buff. The attack buff is also pretty good. And Will's last choice is Mariel. Additional healing against the what AoEs are coming. Mariel. He doesn't have a great target here. Werner is the best target. If Werner is not in defense stance, then Mariel can kill Werner. And the thing about this map is it's pretty difficult to get Werner into defense stance. I suppose Werner can push along this bottom line of the map, and Will doesn't exactly have something that can punish Werner for doing that either. And before Mast made Elwyn, we very well may see that instead of the Unicorn Crush build. Like I was mentioning, the grassland on this map is somewhat limited. It can be difficult to get all the conditions you need to score that. You've seen Mariel fail Werner before. I have too, and then I've seen her kill mine. Maybe it just depends, don't know. Regardless, without heavy infantry, we know that this Werner will be dead. If you want to have a chance of tanking that Mariel, you're going to need heavy infantry to do it. But that's... I mean, it's an infantry Werner. His point isn't really to tank stuff to begin with. The point is to just go in and kill stuff. Trade one for one. Yeah, Christie does bring Phalanx. We do have the Crush. We do have the Crush T-Star Elwyn. At least that int does look like it. Bulkiest Hal would disagree? Yeah. Lucretia interestingly brings Heaven Sanction. I would think that Black Hole would be a little bit more useful, but maybe just wants to... Well, yeah, that's the thing. Against Will's units, hitting them with AoE doesn't exactly stop them. Liko brings Mass Protect solely for this Autocrata Sword Dance. Well, not solely, because you would also expect this Lucretia to bring Black Hole, I think. So it's a double whammy of prevention there. Really does not want heal blocks. Although I think heal blocks don't matter too much, because with 2C, Werner can kill Autocrata. It can be iffy, it depends on a lot of different conditions. But Infantry Werner with the high output, plus Bone Crusher, to save... Yeah, Lucretia did not... Oh no, there is an attack buff for Werner, Ellen. Autocrado poised to hit Simp's team, and I mean both Autocrados are poised to hit each other. There's no long range threat for Will, so Autocrado on Simp's side can just go right here, 3C, hit everybody, and nothing can punish him for doing that. If Will does that, then there's Elwyn, there's Lucretia, there's a Werner. Elwyn should go first next turn. Ideally for 1, that could potentially remove Christie Guard, and for 2, yeah, it forces you to heal Christie right after that because of the passive seal from L1 3C. Instead, Autocrado goes first. Does take some buffs and clocks. And again, this map with Autocrado, I mean, you can only move laterally now. It's really annoying. It's so annoying. Christie's guard did not get taken. Everybody still is in guard range. Elwyn can reach. Werner can reach Autocrado with 3C, but yeah, 3C might not kill is the issue. Lewin can't reach Elwyn if he goes in. Yeah, the lateral movement is really screwing Will here. That was a good opportunity for Elwyn to go in because of that. Lewin Mariel is blocking. And the other thing is that, Mariel can't move out of this position either. She can't move up to let Lewin hit because Autocrado is occupying that space. This is a showcase on just how annoying Autocrado is on this map. Werner has his choice. I don't think you'd go for Mariel here. She's not exactly the highest value. Looks like Lucretia's gonna poke, or Lucretia's gonna sanction, right? Put some more chip on Will's team, and then Autocrado. Well, I guess the response to that has to be Mariel using her heal. Otherwise, Autocrado will definitely die to this Werner 3C. Werner 3C is full range, so it can actually be done outside of Auto Aura. But Auto still does have a Heart Bond. Instead chooses to put some pressure on the Christie, which means that the goal here is to kill her with Elwyn next turn. And like the most annoying thing is no matter where you move Mariel right now, you cannot ever hit this Elwyn. Excuse me, yes you can. Yeah, okay. We did forget that Mariel has Enduring Faith here. That's fine. Autocrado. This is one of those moments where you curse Spirit Boots. Just that one extra mobility makes all the difference in the world here. Oh, well, yeah, never mind, it doesn't matter because you can only move laterally. God, auto is annoying. So Werner goes for Mariel here. This should be an easy kill. Maybe? Yeah. Injured a bit. Werner has really high output. Inferner. We also know from last game that it's apparently Bone Crusher Werner. So, supposing Mariel has like Biddens or something, it has no chance of proccing, so 0% chance Mariel ever survives that. A 2-man 3C with auto is always unfortunate, but it does look like you're running out of options. And a clock! But again, there is a clock on the opponent's side as well. Now this does limit Werner a little bit. Yeah, well what I was thinking was that Autocrado could move here. The issue with that is then that Lewin can't follow up and kill or hit Ellen after that. So that's why I didn't go for that, even supposing that it would have been able to get him out of Werner attack range, since Werner can only move here right now and has 3 range. Could have used 3C. But yeah, Elwyn does not have the conditions necessary. And turn priority is on Sib's side. Elwyn does get another hit, but this is also not a great Elwyn map. If guard stripped, Lewin dies to Luke. Yes. Because of the passive seal. And so yeah. Luke does have free strike. She has firebrands. Little bit injured, which does mean she's missing a bit of damage. Does have Christie damage buff. Lewin could have Forbiddens or Aeolus. And there is Christie Aura. This Lewin could even be Tiamat. So it's not necessarily that Lewin is dead, but Autocrado, I think, well, still Firebrands. Don't know. But indeed, Christie's guard is down. Simp has their choice. And something I was mentioning earlier with Elwyn is this map's also annoying for him because of the tight and close quarters. Elwyn can't get full heals. There was no way to hit on grass. No clock this time. This time, Usurp is brought. But on this map, this the enclosed quarters once again. Hard to get opportunities. So everybody's injured here. Werner can actually not reach anybody. He has his 3C down. He can only move laterally from the auto 3C. Yeah, that's Werner's range. Everybody's safe, so you don't necessarily need to respond with a heal. Dark Despair still might be pretty good value here. But the issue is, you can't reach anybody else. You would only be hitting Elwyn. You would be hitting Autocrado as well. Again, Christie Guard's still down. So yeah, Will has to Dark Despair here because it's its only way to heal, and supposing Lewin does have the proper conditions that would allow him to tank this Lucretia like Tiamat and stuff, then he's still gonna need to be full HP to do it. So Dark Despair has to happen. Either that or you go crazy No, you're one off. Yeah, I was thinking if Autocrado could 3C from here and maybe swap somebody, but no. Yeah, Dark Despair is the move. Does not transform first, so Will can cycle the cooldown quicker. Well, the thing about Flyer Troop on Liko is you still don't really want to move into range of this Werner, even supposing that you can hit more people. So, not too bad. And now, yeah, the passive seal was removed. Guard is back up. Still, Lucretia could kill Liko. Could try her hand at auto. If she goes for... Okay, yeah, no, her puppet can still reach. Yeah, Liko can kill Auto here, or not Auto, Lucretia can kill Liko, but she goes for Auto. Oh my god, Auto stole Rending Blow. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Don't know if that made a difference, but wow. Lewin's got a pretty fat AoE here. It's still 4v4. Will's auto still has 3C. And at this point, it's all of Simp's units are going to be nice and close in range. Racer auto? No, it's not. It's Spirit Boots. It's the Rending Blow, man. And plus Firebrands into physical troops. I mean, if she has Sorks there... Well, I mean, the Sorks would be injured, so... But still. Where is fixed from Firebrands then? Didn't the fix... Oh! Yeah, Ropes got it. Mariel's random buffs gave Autocrado the immunity to fixed damage as well. A lot of things went in favor for this Autocrado to survive here. But, let's see. Firebrands do 18%. Yep. Firebrands would have killed. They would have done 2,400 damage. You know, that's a pretty fat Lewin AoE. Upcoming, also an Autocrado AoE. I'm not sure if Lewin first is the choice there. Autocrado could like steal defense buffs and stuff, and also had a full party hit, and now he can't get a full party hit, so maybe Auto first was a bit better. Still, there's no healing for Simp's side, so it looks like this attrition might just work. Sorry, I was taking a sippy there. Yeah, Auto laying, refreshing the provoke. Another clock. Auto's gonna move back here. I do wonder why Auto went up so much. And he just stays there? Aren't you worried about Auto dying? I mean, I guess Otto's dead. Well, yeah, because if you... I guess Otto, even if you get the healing, the Heaven Sanction from Lucretia afterwards still might kill, but... Didn't run out of time. I mean, there's like... Autocrata would have had 4,000-ish HP if he healed, or Liko could have healed instead. Will this kill? It is double strike. Yep, easy. And yeah, Will concedes. I'm not sure about the auto move. I think that... I mean, I think there's a good chance that Otto still dies to the Heaven Sanction anyway, but Lucretia would still... I don't know, I guess Will just didn't do much. My chat is so behind. I did not realize just how behind my chat is. I feel that maybe Twitch is having some hella delay on servers or something. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts here. I don't know what Will could have done differently there. I think that even if you move Autocrata back, then onto the Liko healing tile, Liko can still reach with the Heaven Sanction, and it's still going to kill him. Probably. But it still feels... I'm not sure why Otto moved up. The double strike on Werner is just too much. It's an infantry Werner. Will had that information from game 1, so you know that Lewin isn't necessarily going to be that effective. The ban pick was solid. I guess the issue is Will just has no legs, and Simp can just funnel in his units one by one. Poke with Autocrata, poke with Lucretia. Elwyn can engage whenever he wants. Will can just not get the AoE combos, and then there's Christie there, so even if Will has some long legs, it would Simp would still have a base to launch from. Okay, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Creepy Mommy mentions that he thinks Will would win from this position. Werner would have been out of skills. Liko does have Dark Despair up pretty soon. Liko can also potentially transform and put down, use Mass Protect to put tiles on him. So yeah, there might have been a chance there. So maybe that was a bit of a premature concede. I do think my chat is behind by like 3 minutes for whatever reason. I have no idea how this happened. Benorion asks, is there any more casting today? Yes, there is. There is CXO versus Moondoggy at 8 PM server time. I will not be doing that. Yeah. So, congratulations to RealAliciaSimp for advancing to the round of 8, and better luck next time to Will.